So does anybody have anything at all? Anything? Does anyone have anything?
Anything? Yeah, so
Yeah,
I have cucumbers, I have cabbage.
Okay.
Wait, nobody bought anything. But at that point, people should tell your mic, this thing is Pasha. Where is everybody? Hello? Hello?
Mona is not ending.
No, I'm not ending.
Hello, mommy.
Turn on your cam, at least turn on your cam. But turn on your cam. But Daniel, turn on your cam, please. Mr. Lisa, you can go to your fridge, pick anything, tomatoes, anything. It must not be something big. Take a tomato from your fridge.
I have carrot.
You have carrot. That's enough. Carrot also can go, right? Sister Dele, carrot can go, right?
Yeah.
So take your carrot. But I tell you, what do you have in your fridge? Go and put that in your fridge. What you were eating chow pan, you put cabbage. All right, Sister Lisa, what do you have in your fridge? Open those freezers. Bring things from there. Sister Testimony, your madam have something in your madam's fridge. Sister Jet should go. We have visitors at home. You have ginger. You don't need to buy ginger. Take ginger from your kitchen. All of us have ginger in the house. You have what again? Parsley. Those things are common thing we have every day. Some tomatoes and carrots. Bring it with join and thing and grind everything with gin and water.
I'm ready when everybody is.
Yes.
I'm on work. I'm on work.
Don't want her to come and waste her time, please. She's very busy. She's not going to do it at the end. Let's book and watch. Now we have been doing here on RH. Let's watch and say, hey, well done. We never do it. Every day you are still fat. You are blotting out. You don't do this. We must do it. I'll ensure everybody must do this thing. Sister Lisa, where is your own? But there's somewhere you say your people
I'm on work.
Your country again, as people have traveled from.
This is mine.
Mommy, I have egg.
That will blend tonight. I'll prophesy in Jesus' mighty name. I'll prophesy.
Professor,
Mom, I'm on work. I'm on work.
You are in the office. I can see you are in the office. It's true. Sister, tell her you're in the office to know. Open your cam. Bring tomatoes.
Mommy.
Yes.
You know, go for your papa. Not even go find self, go do something.
Sister, I'm worried. Bring your own thing. Sister Linda. My phone has put to charge. Give me your phone.
Yes, mom.
Maybe I'll use Grandma's phone to record. My phone is not charging. I don't know what's happening. Leave it.
Dr. Samuel, what is that? Is that apple or pear?
Egg.
Egg?
Egg. I think egg can also. Can I use egg? Egg can what?
Egg is for fat. Egg is to increase weight.
Oh, no.
Egg is to reduce weight. Boiled egg reduces weight.
That's good.
Boiled egg, okay. Now, everybody has something. Okay, so I think we need to know what we have. There's somebody with boiled egg. There's somebody here with tomatoes, carrots. Another one says he has what? Sister Mommy, turn on your camera.
Cucumber and celery.
Cucumber and celery.
Okay. All right. I'll work with that one. I'll work with that.
Okay.
I'll work with that. That is good. There's always the one. So that works for me. One person is good enough. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
So go on. I have cucumbers, I have parsley, I have what else? I have everything. I have ginger.
Oh, see, awesome. We're good. At least we have two people who are ready to do this. That's golden.
We have carrots. But I has carrots.
I have carrot. I have spinach. I have cabbage.
There you go. We definitely can do this. Okay. So let's get started. Can everybody see my screen?
Tomato.
I have this one, broccoli.
Broccoli.
Mommy, I have carrot. I have paprika.
You have paprika, okay.
Mommy, I have
Oh, that's
cabbage.
okay.
You have
I
cabbage.
have, yes, I have carrots. I have I have ginger.
Okay, that's good.
I have,
That's good. Now, here's how we're going to do this. Because we all have different things, I'm going to work with Pastor Sidonie because I have everything she has. And then while we're doing it, I'll tell everybody else what to mix. If you have a blender, if you're using a blender, I would suggest you start by putting water in your blender. If you have a blender, start with water. And then there's some
Okay,
vegetable.
this one is enough, right? A small blender, I need a
Yes.
big blender.
No, that's fine.
I need a big one.
No, that's fine. That works just fine.
Okay.
The small one is okay.
So I put water.
All right. Can everyone see my screen though?
No, you need to do sharing.
Oh, I thought I was sharing. Hold on. How about now? Can everyone see my screen?
yes.
Yes.
Back
Okay.
to basics.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to do this. It's going to be interactive. It already is interactive because I'm doing it and you're following along. And I know my guess is everybody was kind of wondering what's this whole thing all about? Why are we even juicing? But before we even start, there's the particular person that triggered this. Is he here? Brother Leonard? Pastor Sidonie's Brother Leonard here? Is he on the platform?
No. He's not.
He's
I
not,
think he
okay.
came and then left. Maybe network or something. But he came and then left. Maybe he'll come back.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, hi everybody. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Adeline. On the Zoom forum, I actually have my real names on that. Usually it's something else. I'm in the US. I'm originally born and raised in Cameroon. I have been here. This is my January max 11th, the beginning of the 12th year of me being in the US. I'm a registered nurse. I did nursing first in Cameroon before coming here, but I kind of continue doing nursing here, and I really love what I do. I love nursing people back to health, and I've always known I wanted to be a nurse, so it's a joy when I'm doing something that's right up my alley. And how I got into eating healthy and using vegetables and fruits and whatnot is simply because, really, I would say my upbringing, my dad used to work for the agricultural department in Cameroon. And when he went anywhere, he came back home with fruits. We always had carrots, green beans, name it. We always had fruit, vegetables around. So I grew up knowing that I have to eat vegetables. But when I got here, it was different. Everywhere you go, it's burgers, it's pizza, it's fries, and then in our African homes here, we cook with a lot of meat. We have so much meat. Everywhere you go in America is meat. You have a party, even if it's 10 people, the food on the table is good enough for 100 people. It's just food everywhere. So much, just food everywhere you go. And I couldn't find anything that would really please my own palate, so I had to forge my own way. So I started juicing and using vegetables in 2012. That was 3 years after being here and really struggling. So when I first got here, I weighed under 50 kilos. I wore an size extra zero. So I couldn't even shop because I won't find my size in the store. That's how difficult it was for me until I found exactly what I wanted to eat. So I started juicing in 2012. And to me, it's a lifestyle. I use my blender or I use the juicer, whichever one I feel like using at any time of day. It's a lifestyle for me, and I really love it. And a couple things I sent Pastor I won't say Pastor Jennifer. I sent Pastor Sidonie a little write-up to post on the forum for everybody. That pretty much just explains a little bit more about You didn't see it on your WhatsApp page.
Yeah, okay.
It just gives, yeah. So if you're not used to eating raw, so what I mean by raw is when you juice anything, it's raw, it's not cooked. Your gut is not used to it. So your body will fight it. Your body will react to it in several different ways. For some people, it will be a headache. Your body will be itchy. You will even have rash. It can go that far. So before you start anything, I always advise to start small. And if anything, you can even dilute it. So we make your smoothie or your juice, add a little bit of distilled water, not just water, distilled water. And dilute it a little bit and take that just like half a glass, start with half a glass, see how it reacts to your body, and then you increase it. So go in increments. Don't just dump it in, because a lot of things will happen. You'll be in the bathroom that whole day uncontrollably, you have headaches, your sugar, you're going to drop your sugar very, very, very low, and that's not good. Because the thing that makes most of us, especially women, the thing that makes us hold weight in our bellies to begin with really is insulin resistance, and that happens based on the amount of sugar you put in first thing. Okay, so with that said, back to basics. That's the name of my business, and to be honest, that's a Holy Spirit given title. I didn't know. I just wanted to do something, but I didn't know what to call it. So that's what the Lord gave me, back to basics. And when I was trying to understand it, He made me understand this to me was a hobby. But now He's making it a ministry to bring His people back to the original way He wanted them to eat. Get my people, like deliver my people from wrong eating and bring them back to health, pretty much. So that's my word. And that's how that came about. And so if we go into the book of Daniel chapter 1 from verse 12, we're going to see that when the 4 boys in captivity, when the king had instructed that they feed these people, train them, educate them, and bring them so they can be in his service, Daniel he said, no, they will not eat royal food. Now, even if you go back in history, aside from the Bible, go back in history, you will see that the kings were usually the ones who were sick. Why? Because they ate the king's food. They had the meat, they had the cheese, they had the wines, like the expensive food. And so they were always sick. So same thing with Daniel. Daniel said, no, we will not eat royal food. Give us 10 days and give us vegetables and water. If anybody can go to that scripture, that would be great. Give us within the 10 days, give us vegetables, give us water. Compare the 4 of us to the rest of these people after 10 days. And then if you don't see a remarkable difference, this is me putting in my own words. If you don't see a remarkable difference, then we're going to eat your royal food. And sure enough, within 10 days, Daniel and the other 3 boys, they were different. The difference was clear. It was day and night. There was nothing that anybody could stand and argue until they kept them on their vegetables. So vegetables are good for you. However you eat them, they are good. Just don't over, like when we cook jamanjama, those of us from Cameroon cook jamanjama, you squeeze it all the way, you cook it all the way dark brown, then you squeeze it and you fry it, or you fried it, you pretty much just rinsed everything out. I don't know what that is at that point when we're eating it, but it tastes good though, but does it do what it's supposed to do in your body? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the biblical sense of it, what the Bible says about. So this is not me just being crazy. So the first recipe that I have here is in the I sent out. We had celery, green apples, and spinach. So if you have a blender, go ahead in your blender. First start with water. And here's just a tip for everybody when you're fasting. Instead of drinking your regular bottled water, endeavor to get distilled water when you're fasting. Reason being, the bottled water, though it looks clean, it's not exactly clean, and it still has a lot of particles in it. So if you're fasting and you really want to be serious about your fast and you maybe do 12 hours or 6 hours, anything over 3 hours, you want to use distilled water. If you're drinking water, that's if you're using water for your fast. You want to use distilled instead of regular bottled water. So same thing, when you go to make your juice or smoothie, use distilled water. Then you're sure that you're using clean water, because fruits and vegetables already have their own water. So the first thing we're doing here is the celery,
Wait,
apples, and spinach.
somebody is asking, let me read the comments. Somebody is asking that, man, which one is distilled water? Please explain.
Okay. What country is this person in?
It's in China.
China has distilled water. If you go to the store, it would. Oh, okay. Does this person have a baby? When you first have a baby, when you go to get water, that the water that you get for the baby, that's distilled water.
Okay.
Babies don't drink the same thing the rest of us do, right?
Yeah.
And I know even in Cameroon, you don't give babies what's that? In Cameroon, yes.
Tangy water.
In Cameroon, you can use Supermon.
Yes.
You can use Supermon, or you go to one of those American stores, you'll find this too. We'll use Avian. If you're in Cameroon, you can use Avian. But anywhere else, if you go to the baby aisle, the water you find in the baby aisle, that's the one.
But can't you prepare distilled water?
If you have your distiller, for us here in America, it costs about $3,000 to install a distiller on your faucet. So if you can do that, by all means, yes, you can do it yourself.
Because after boiling point and cooling it, and it becomes a distilled base. So the boiling point, when you boil the water by chemistry, you boil the water and cool it to the temperature that is a. So after taking it, make sure the room temperature is within the room temperature. It becomes a distilled water.
Okay. So if you can do that, go ahead and do that. I would say you may want to pay mind to the container, the cleanliness of the container and all whatnot. Because you could just boil your water and then contaminate it again. So yes, but I guess that's another way of getting your distilled water without spending money, which is good. So let's get to it. If anybody has their celery, the spinach, and the apple, in your blender, first of all, do your, I have mine, I'm just not doing it. Because I'm on a program today, but this is not what I will be doing. So I do have spinach, so you can see that. So I use a juicer. Just dump that in there. So if you have a blender, put your water, put the spinach first. Is anybody following with me?
Yes, I am.
What else?
Yeah, people who had your stuff. People had
No,
your
I
stuff. Put your water.
don't have spinach. Those who have spinach should do. We don't have spinach in China. It's where I am, there's no spinach. For now.
But do you have any soft green vegetable? Any soft green vegetable?
Yes.
Yes, put the one you have. Any green vegetable that you have.
Put that one in the water and what?
So if you can grab a handful, like what I had in my hand. So for example, if your parsley came in a bundle like that, do half.
Yeah.
Or I'll say no, do a quarter of this. So let me show you. Unless it's your routine that you're doing this, I would not go up to half.
Parsley.
So if you have your parsley,
Yeah.
this much. So go ahead and put that in the blender.
Okay. Sister Lynn, are you cooking that?
Or any soft green, whatever soft greens you have to replace the spinach, that's fine. Use any soft green vegetables, the leafy green. So minus this, at the end of this slides, I have a list there, a guide for beginners. I would send Pastor Suni the slides so she can post for everybody to use if that's what you want. And you want to always use a green vegetable as a base. Your green vegetable should be your base. Reason being, it's soft and your blender will easily go through and then mix it up with everything else. So if you're going to add your carrots, you go ahead and put the carrots after the vegetable. But that's not what we're doing now. We're doing apples and then celery.
Apples and celery. I have the red apples. I don't have green.
What do you have?
I've put parsley and my green vegetables. What else should I put?
Now you add your apple.
The red apple, right?
If it's red, good and fine. Half the apple. If it's red, do half because red apples are very sweet. So I mean, you can tell I use my vegetables up. So celery, this is what it should look like. Oh, I didn't put the recipe for this one. That's fine. So it's got to have 2. Anybody can see that?
Yes.
Why, Felix, the way you are looking at us, as if you are confused.
No, look at that. He is on it. He's on it. There you go. If you have the apples, go ahead, add your apples, Brother Felix, and then blend. If you have the celery, oops. Yeah, if you have that, go ahead and add it, and then add your apples and blend it.
Okay.
And everything I have here is already washed. So if anybody was wondering, this is already pre-washed because I knew we had this coming. So I'm not starting my juicer because it's very noisy.
I have cucumbers.
We will get, let me see, I think we have another recipe for it, but if that's something you want to, if you want to add that, go right ahead. But your cup is so small, I wouldn't, so for your cooking basket, like half of it or a quarter. Cut into 4 and then use the quarter. Just so you have the 1 cup. Oh, okay. Okay.
Do they add apples also? Apples also?
Yes. And if you have lemon, so lemon has the vitamin C and lemon. I forgot to add lemon on the list. I'm so sorry. And it just gives another, another class to the taste. It just makes it taste good. And it gives you a whole lot of vitamin C. So on the slide, if anybody is reading, it tells you what this recipe does. And
that way, the lemon right?
Yeah,
lemons lemons you can actually, you're blending, so take the skin off. You're blending it, so take the yellow skin, take that yellow skin off. You can leave the white part of it. So take the yellow skin off very lightly and leave the white one. And take the seeds out too, unless you want your juice to taste bitter. Brother Felix, how far gone are you? Can we see?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Did you taste it?
Not yet.
If you have a strainer, you want to go ahead and strain it if you want, but you can also drink it just the way it is. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay.
Rafael, be correct, man.
Cool.
It's Chef Felix.
Your camera. Let's see.
His camera is on. Brother Felix, you want to taste it and tell everybody what it tastes like?
Okay, I'll do that just now.
So should I blend like this?
You have the water?
I did not put parsley.
Mommy, see this.
I have to put all this parsley like this.
No, I showed you the amount to put. Just this much. Put just this much. Can you see it?
Okay.
What is the fruit?
And then water, you can
No, it
do.
will be green like that.
No, that yes, it will be green. That's the idea. You could do this
Good water.
much water. That size cup.
Oh. Where is it?
Okay, so this is mine. I'm going to try it.
Okay. That looks yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your own? Let me see your own.
She's drinking already. You're late.
It's a fast cook. It's a fast chef.
Yes.
So, Brother Felix, tell us, what does it taste like? Is it something that you think your palate would accept?
Yes, it tastes good. It's okay.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Mom, we are waiting for yours.
Yeah, whatever she's done.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Cooking.
Okay, if everybody's done with that, we'll move to the next one. And again, like I said, whatever you have, just keep mixing. It's a favor. How about you? What are you doing? What do you want to do with the carrot?
I don't know.
What else do you have other than carrot? If we mix carrot and tomato, you will not like it. At least not now.
Okay.
But we could mix carrot and something else. Do you have a lemon?
No, I don't have anything. You
Just the carrot? Okay. Well, go ahead and blend the carrot.
You give me the recipe.
Go ahead and blend the carrot.
Pardon?
Just the carrot is fine.
Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah, you make carrot juice, you like it.
Carrot with milk.
Mommy Adeline and Sons, what is the benefit of this one? Oh,
Mommy taste this. It's not nice.
Mommy says it's not nice.
What's up? Camera on? Let me see her face.
Mommy's twisting the
It's too
face.
nutritious.
Mommy's twisting the face like she has seen an evil spirit.
Mommy, please bring the nutrients are too much.
I can see her. I don't have her on my screen.
Mommy, I can't see you.
I don't have her on my screen.
Just like the screen, you'll see her on the other side.
Very nice. Those who are not married, but
Mom, your face is
Mom, your
face is betraying you.
Mom,
this is why you just
Mom, your face has betrayed you.
Mommy plays the face like she's in deep prayers.
Grandma, drink.
I have carrots. What do you want to do with it?
No, it's nice. You know, it's because Sister Adeline, because it's our first time. I'm sure by the time I'm having my lemon was more. The lemon and the apples.
Okay. But here's the deal though. Let me tell you why. It's because it's your first time, and not only is it your first time, you use a very potent vegetable. This, though we see it as an easy spice, we cook this in our food, use like green spice, right?
Yeah.
Anybody in Cameroon, they make that green spice for fish. They use this, remember?
Yeah.
I remember that taste in that the pepper that they make for roasted fish in Cameroon. That's because of this.
Yes.
Now imagine you had to eat this raw, which is what you just did. And I give you a lot of credit for that. That's really good. For a first-time person, you've gone like 20 miles ahead of yourself. That's why you don't really like it, is because of this. This is a very good vegetable for your body, very potent. That's why I told you use just a little. But for me now, I use the whole thing. For somebody who is just starting, it's always good to start small. That's small. That's why yours tastes different, is because of this. But to fix it where you are right now, another problem, you can add carrot in there and blend it again.
Add carrot?
Yeah, add carrot and blend it again. Add carrot and then use the entire lemon and blend it again.
I hope you will not spoil the work. Better I manage it so that I work very well.
But don't give it
What
to
would
the
you want
kids,
to become sleep?
Don't give
that particular
if
one,
it is
don't give that
better
to
like
the
giving,
kids.
I don't put carrot. I think if it is better to drink like
Nice. That one.
no. I think if she's saying that it tastes so what?
Yeah, your juice probably tastes very earthy. It tastes very earthy and very strong, but that's because of this. That's because of the parsley. That's what's making it taste so strong.
So I cannot give the children already drunk one glass.
No.
Children cannot drink this.
No. Don't give that to them. Because here's the reason why. When you're blending or juicing fresh vegetables, you're breaking down the cellulose content of this. And the kids, their gut wall is not strong enough for this just yet. When they get to about 6 years old, they can go this far. But for now, if you make anything for kids, you have to add water to it. For the reason I just gave, their intestinal wall is not strong enough. Somebody's drawing lines on my board here. The intestinal wall is not strong enough to digest that. It will cause them stomach pain instead. But for an adult, it will cleanse you out. For a kid, it will cause them pain. But you don't have spinach in that, so don't worry about cleansing. Don't worry that you go to the bathroom. You'll be fine. That will do a lot.
I do not even strain it. I'm drinking with all the glass. I'm not even straining.
Yeah, you can drink with all the pulp, or you can strain it, whatever works, however your palate takes it. And now remember, just like you're eating regular food, digestion starts in the mouth. So when you put anything in your mouth, you want to switch it around before you swallow, because digestion starts immediately. And the difference between eating it this way, liquid form, compared to chewing the hard one, this one goes immediately and your body begins to absorb it, and then your gut takes a break. When I chew macabo or even vegetable, if I pick up a carrot and chew on it, my body has to work hard to break it down and get the nutrients out. But when I juice it, it's already in liquid form. I've given my body a break. It will not have to do all that work. It just goes ahead and absorbs it. But you still have to trigger digestion in the mouth. So you switch it around and you swallow. It's that the digestive process, it does its whole thing all the way down. But then your body is working less with the liquid food than it does with solid food. So this one, I think Brother Felix probably had the right mix. If you had the right mix of celery, another thing in your juice too, Pastor Sidonie, is the celery. That will make you not like it. So it probably, I don't know how much celery you put in there, but celery has salt in it. It's salty. So this mix will make it not taste too good. But if you just had your spinach, you'll be okay.
Wait, can I drink all these things now like this?
No, you don't have to finish it.
How like what?
You don't have to do it. You don't have to finish. So you can drink that cup you have in your hand. Depending on how you want to do it, you could do that all day. When you feel like drinking it, you take it. But then vegetables can only last you, depending on what you preserve them in, can only really last you 2 days. They oxidize very quickly. As much as you, once you're done with in that container right now where it is, it begins to oxidize immediately. So fresh green vegetables that you juice down would only last you 2 days. And that's when you save them in a bottle. When you save, what am I looking for? If you save them in a glass container, in a plastic container, they may not last that long. It may not go up to 2 days, but it would still be good in the fridge. But you don't have to drink that all right now. That's punishment. So you could put it in a container and save it. And this mix we just made here is, because somebody was trying to ask, what is it good for? So that drink we just made is, it gives you a perfect balance of sodium and potassium, the electrolytes, which makes it a perfect drink for after workouts. For those who work out, those who exercise. I exercise, so some days you're sore, muscles and all. So that would be a good drink for after you exercise. And it supports your heart health and it's best for migraine headaches.
So can this one is, which one can children drink now?
Yeah, we're going to get to them. Does anybody else have anything else that we haven't used yet? Does anybody have that?
My carrot.
Oh, you used your carrot. Oh my. Okay, Brother Felix, tell us, what did you add in your carrot?
I added cucumber and yeah, that's all that I added. So the two.
Did you put some lemon in there? That would be very earthy.
No, I don't have lemon.
You don't have lemon? Do you have apple?
No.
That would be very earthy. I don't know if you would like the taste. That's very bland.
I added a little bit of cucumber to it, but not much.
Okay. So if you have which you can even do later. If you happen to lay your hands on lemon, just squeeze it in there, or if you want to add some apples, just to enhance the taste, really. But that's good.
Okay.
The cucumbers are very hydrating. Carrot, we already know, very high in beta carotene, the vitamin A that's really good for your body, your eyes, your skin, all the other good stuff. But the question is, will you drink it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. And that, I'm guessing, is pulpy. It has a lot of pulp in it since it's carrot, right? It looks like a smoothie. All right, tell everybody what it tastes like.
It's good. Like, I like it.
All right. Brother Felix got this. He's going somewhere, people.
I've done mine.
But done. I can't see you.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Do you want to strain it? Is that favorite? Do you want to strain it or drink it the way it is?
I'll drink it like that.
Good. See, I told you your carrots will do something.
Nothing.
Okay. So again, like I said, I'm going to send these.
I have a question.
Yes.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
What is the quantity per day? Can I drink this all now?
Okay. 32 ounces. 32 ounces is 1 liter. Let me show you the size.
I'm not drinking this.
So this is a 32 ounce bottle, but you don't drink it all at once. You could do 4 8-ounce cups. So just a small glass. Because this one is, I think, reflecting the light. Can everybody see that size?
No, can't see. Can't.
Yes. So here's what you do. In a cup like that, or your regular teacup size. I don't have a regular teacup size, guys. All my things are huge. Do you see that one?
The camera has freezed.
Oh, it's my camera, huh? Okay.
So 1 per time, that is once a day.
So in the morning, no, you finish all of it throughout the day, but you don't finish it all in one sitting. But you drink it literally throughout the day and finish it in one day. If you can, that's fine. You carry over and save it in the fridge. But then first thing in the morning, you want to do that first thing in the morning. Maybe after it, because some people start their day with hot water. The one thing you really don't want in the first thing is coffee. Coffee is acidic. You don't want first thing to be coffee. First thing can be water. It can be hot water with lemon, whatever the case may be, but not coffee. So you want to do the juice cup that size, same size right here. First thing in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, after dinner, So whatever you eat, it doesn't matter what your diet is, whether you're a meat lover, you're a vegetarian, whatever the case may be. If you add a glass of raw and make it consistent, the key here is consistency. If you add a glass of, because sometimes, like, look at the vegetables she just, let's use Macedonian vegetables, for example. Look at what she just put in the blender and she was able to drink a cup. If I gave you this thing and said, chew on this, would you chew on it? Nowhere. There's no way you're going to eat this. But now you just got all the nutrients out of this in a cup. So that's the benefit of this. So even if you did one cup, like the 32 ounce, the actual dose for adults is 32 ounces a day. But even if you did 1 cup a day and made it consistent every day, you're doing a lot of good to your body. You transform your health significantly just by doing that. But as you asked about the quantity, that write-up that I gave, the one I sent on your WhatsApp thing, it has the dose. Yes, it has everything, the description of everything on it. So it's an 8-ounce cup. So your regular kitchen cup. One of those first thing in the morning. And actually, even if you don't drink it throughout the day, but 4 of those a day, that's the actual adult dose. 4 of those cups a day. That gives you the 32 ounces. If you can't measure the actual glass, but 4 of the cups. For kids, yes.
Is it good for nursing mothers?
For nursing mothers, it is good. Because everything you eat, the baby gets it in breast milk. So you want to do everything in moderation. For a nursing mother, I will not go with the strong green vegetables. I will just stick to something as simple as carrots and apple and maybe spinach, because the baby gets that in breast milk and it regulates the baby's digestive system too. And he's not getting the direct fresh one, so it's not affecting their gut the way it would do if he got the direct cup. So a nursing mother it's safe for nursing mother. And I always advise, talk to your doctor, let them know you're drinking juices and not the juice from the store, the ones you're making yourself. Because when you make it yourself, the plants have everything in them. The ones in the store are refined, they're dumbed down, they're watered down and all whatnot. And it's really the byproduct that gets to you. But when you make it yourself, you're using nature's provided nutrients. So it's more potent than what you get from the store. I will not go for a nursing mother. I will not go directly to maybe the parsley and the other things. Stick to carrot, apples, and spinach. It regulates your bowels. Again, when you go to start, water it down. Put it down. And I've seen this happen. I have a sister who's pregnant right now, and I told her to do carrot and apple, just carrot and apple, because she was getting constipated. You know how when you're getting towards term, you're so tight. Oh, she only took 1 cup. She was in the bathroom all day. So you want to be careful, start small, maybe half a cup if you're not used to, and walk your way to that 1 full cup. Did I answer your question?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. So did we use everything that everybody has?
No, I still have my ginger, my carrots, my cucumber, and my cabbage, and my broccoli.
Okay. Now, does anybody want to try the next slide? I'm asking because I don't want us to waste. We shouldn't waste. Don't do things that we're not going to drink them. That's wasting the food. Can you see it? Can everybody still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's the next one. Is the apple, ginger, parsley, and carrot.
Apple, ginger, parsley, and carrot.
Master, you know what I would do? I'll pour out some of your juice, some of it, right, in that small blender, and then add the ginger and the carrot to it, because you already have the other 2.
Oh, yeah.
And This mixture is detoxifying. It lowers cholesterol, which is a big thing for most of us because we eat a lot of oil, a lot of palm oil. Most of our food we cook with palm oil. That arrow, palm oil, achu soup, palm oil, name it, palm oil. Though it has its own good benefits, it still does some other things to our bodies. Everything in moderation, guys. Everything in moderation. So this mix of apple, ginger, parsley, and carrots will boost your immune system function and will help for something like a common cold. Though I have something else for the common cold, but this one is mild and it's good. Somebody was drawing lines. Can I see his face?
Gertrude.
Yeah, someone was drawing lines.
Maybe it's a baby even. It's a Gertrude. I think it's a female.
Okay, while she's getting that, yeah, while she's getting that ready, we'll move on to. All right, we'll go to what we can do for kids.
Already, shout again, fire of the Holy Ghost.
Okay. Fire of the Holy Ghost.
I see mountains melting, mountains. Shout again, fire of the Holy Ghost.
Fire. Somewhere.
Mommy, well, I'm watching. I'll prepare mine.
Let me see yours.
My mommy, I have only egg, so I'll do my own later. Courtesy, Brother Felix. Felix is there. He has prepared. He's very fast. Consultant Felix.
Mommy, Adele and Sons. Please, I want but for this, to slim the stomach alone, just the stomach.
I'm done.
Stomach.
Do you want to taste it and tell us what? Did you put water? Okay, you had your juice anyways. That is a smoothie.
Pepper.
How much ginger did you put in it?
Amen.
Mommy, you are scaring us. We don't want us to go and try.
Guys, it's really nice. So people watch my weight after 3 months. You will see me. Maybe it's going to get big very soon. Well, I will deal with this vegetable. I'll just try
again, if it's your first time, you don't want to do ginger this much. This is too much ginger. For a first time person, this is too much ginger. So you want maybe about this much if it's your first time, or that much. So you just get a hint of it. I'm sorry, I should have said that before. You just want a hint of it. If it's your first time, you just want a hint of the ginger, not a whole thing like that. You want it about this much or that much?
I think I put quite a lot.
You put like
I put more than that one.
If you can drink it, it's really good. If you can drink it, it's really good.
This is medicine.
Yes. So somebody asked about belly
it's really
fat.
medicine, natural medicine. Okay.
Can we talk about this and then talk about the flat belly one? Somebody asked that question.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah,
this is for kids. For kids, like I already said, if you go to the baby aisle in any store, you will find distilled water. You want to have that. You want to give kids any juice, you want to have distilled water always, because you need to water it down. And I had to learn it the hard way because I make pear, and do I have a pear? I think so. So this is what I keep saying pear is that one. It's not the avocado that we know. Americans
Yeah.
mix all kinds of things and give them all kinds of names, but this is the pear and apple.
It's like
I mix
guava.
this two. Yes, I mix this two for my kids. They get that every morning. Sometimes I take some to school instead of the juices in the boxes. They get juice from home to school. And when we first started, my younger one he will complain of belly aches. But that's because I would just do like half a cup. It wasn't even a full cup. I'll do half of this cup, but he still had belly aches. That's how strong the phytochemicals that come from the backs of the apple and the pear is, because I use the green pear. So when you do anything for kids, you want to add water to it. It's very important. Otherwise, they will have belly aches and they will refuse your juice. They will not want anything healthy anymore. Really, we're trying to get our generation to point, our kids coming up to a point where they can stay healthy and not do the same things that we've been doing. So if you do anything for kids, you want to add water it down. And if you're blending, you can cut it up and then have them put it in the blender, get them involved, get them interested. Kids will be excited if they make their own food. They'll be so excited, they feel like they just conquered the world. Then they will drink it. You won't even have to worry about that. So, I mean, we do this and I add some spinach to it, but I water it down. Or like I have on the slide, carrots, apple, then water it down. This carrot and apple you can use for a newborn baby, but listen carefully. You're not giving a newborn baby half a glass or no. Take it a tablespoon. So you make the juice, tablespoon amount of the juice, tablespoon amount of distilled water. If the baby already takes a bottle, put that in the bottle and feed the baby that. It's very good for their body. It's very good for colicky babies. It regulates their bowels. Carrots have a lot of vitamin A, which is good for the eyes, good for the brain, good for the bones, you name it. And the apples are loaded with fiber. You want to put good fiber in your body, regulate your bowels. That's the big thing. If anybody has noticed, I talk a lot about the bowels. Reason being, death starts in the colon. Death starts in the colon. So anything that's manifesting on the outside starts in the gut. Everything that we see going on, the pimples, the acne, and name it, something is wrong with your gut. When they go to check, they might tell you, oh, you have fatty liver, or you have something's wrong with your kidney. Your kidneys are not filtering right. It's always the gut, something inside here. So you want to always have the right fiber to keep it moving, keep your gut moving. Very important. So again, for babies, I will repeat it. It's a tablespoon. It's not a full glass. It's not, or mom can drink and the baby will get it in breast milk. If you're going to give it directly, tablespoon of the juice, tablespoon of the water. The baby's gut lining is still very, very fragile. It's not strong enough to withstand the cellulose that's coming from this plant. So, and again, these are roots. Roots are more powerful than even the plants, the leaves. So you want to make sure it's tablespoonful, 1 tablespoon of juice, 1 tablespoon of distilled water for babies. If they're about 6 years old, if they're about maybe 2, 3, 4, you can do just a little bit in a cup, like have like a quarter cup and then water. And I'll show quarter cup. So if anybody bakes, or this is the size I'm talking about when I say a quarter cup, just that much. And if you do this, or I don't have any more baby bottles, but you put this in your bottle or your cup, fill it up with water. Again, distilled water, not regular water, because they're kids. You don't want to upset their gut. So that's the size of a quarter cup. And also in the carrots, apple, and in the carrots and apples, you can always add spinach. Now, if you're doing that, if you don't dilute it, the baby starts pooping all over the place. You were warned. All right, any questions? Is anybody there? Any questions?
We are there, ma'am.
Okay, so I pulled up a scientific research to back all this. So I know we have a lot of doctors in the house, a lot of educational people in the house. If you want to look that up, there you have the citation for all this. Now here's that how-to guide I was talking about. Master, if you don't mind, I'm going to send these slides to you. You can post them so everybody has them. They want to try. So I only have these 3 recipes here and then the one for kids. So try, anybody who wants to try it, go right ahead. Feel free to do that and then reach out to me. Let me know how you're feeling by next Friday. If you do it throughout the week, there is no way you will feel the same by Friday. No way. You're going to feel more vitalized, more energized. You'll be moving more, moving by your bowels. Your bowels will move more. Again, I cannot emphasize enough about the bowels. The big thing in your health is your bowel, your gut, from here all the way to the outside. Your gut is like the outside of your insides, if I'm making any sense. You know how in the way they do our houses back home, there's the outside yard, right? The yard outside where kids are playing, there's all kinds of dirt and all kinds of things going on. Think of your gut like that. Your gut is pretty much like that. It's the outside of your insides. All kinds of things are going on throughout the day. You're drinking water, you're sipping this, you're doing that, you're putting a pen in your mouth, you're sticking your feet. All kinds of things are going on from here all the way out. So the one thing you want to do for your gut is take time off within the month and give it a break. Be good to your gut. If you treat your gut right, your body will show. It will show out here. And I'm a living example. Back in April, my face, there was no spot on my face. I did not have pimples, no spot. And I'm not using all those bleaching chemicals, and you can tell because my skin is even. I don't use I don't use chemicals at all, actually. I make my own lotion, I make my own body lotion. So I don't use chemicals. I have everything natural in my cabinet.
Teach us that one too. That one too, yo. Teach us that one.
Business explosion.
So anyhow, I treated my skin from the inside out. When I figured out that it was my gut and I started changing things, what I was eating. And so really it's not only what you eat, it's the time of day that you eat. The first thing in the morning is very important. Breakfast, the key word there is fast. You're breaking a fast. You've been sleeping for 8 hours or 7 hours or 6 hours. You haven't been eating the same as when you're up and we're doing a prayer fast. You fast for 6 hours, you fast for 12 hours, and then you break the fast. In the morning, you're breaking a fast. So when you go to break your fast, how you break your fast is very important, very, very important, people. How you break your fast counts to how the rest of your day will go and how your body will support you throughout your day. So when you're breaking your fast, then the more you wake up in the morning, the first thing that goes to your mouth is very important. You need to watch that. So like I said, again, in the Western world, we're so rushed. Everything has to happen now, to the point where we want to be awake now as well. So we wake up with coffee. Some people set their coffee and they put a timer. So by 6 o'clock, damn, coffee is brewing. Before they get down to before they step out the door, maybe by the time some people leave the door, they're on the second cup. By the end of the day, some people have had like 8 cups of coffee. And you will tell on their skin. If you had 8 cups of coffee, compare that to 8 cups of something healthy. 8 cups of maybe carrot juice, 8 cups of apple juice, 8 cups of whatever the case may be. And then compare yourself to someone who does coffee in maybe a month or 2 months. The difference will be night and day, clear. Nobody will have to even do scientific research on that. So what you use to break your fast is very important. When we're fasting, our spiritual fast like we're doing right now, it's the same thing. How you break that fast matters. If you've done 6 hours or you've done 12 hours and you go to break that fast, so 6 a.m., 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., if you sit and load fufu at 6 p.m., God alone knows how many demons will be chasing you in your sleep and you will say it's your uncle in the village. It's not. It's the food. Your God has been working. Your God is working. Your God is not sleeping. It's supposed to be resting. Your body is working so hard and you're not rested. You wake up in the morning tired.
Sister Adele, what should we eat? Because me, I eat my fufu meal.
Stop watching me.
Confession.
You know I'm lucky. You know I'm lucky. Brother, that's so.
Mommy.
That's so. It's a favor. Sister Adeline.
Yes.
Sister Adeline. My brother is asking that if you drink my brother said if you drink this thing, is that lady saying that you see this finger?
Mom, I'm not getting one.
Are you saying that? Are you saying, my brother is saying that he's asking that are you saying that because she heard you mention
We don't get
she heard you mention demon. She heard my mother heard you mention demon. She said that will drink it thing, drive out all demons. This thing drives demons.
It will cast all the demons.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'll do pitching for that one. I'll do pitching for that one. Mama, wait till you talk now. Say if you over chop before you sleep, you know go sleep fine. Then you only get bad dream because you need to sleep fine. Nobody say that juice no go make a you no get bad dream. Now say that chop where you don't chop go make your body go the overwork. You know go the rest. And you know go sleep fine.
Thank you.
That was a good question, though. That's a very good. Actually, your mom is very observant. If you haven't noticed, like she has very poignant questions. When she does ask questions, they're very poignant questions.
Yeah,
that was a very good question. Okay. So,
Yes,
any questions? Any other questions?
Yeah, as I was saying, because me, at times I break my fast, I have my eru, I eat my fufu and eru in the evening after breaking my fast before sleeping. So what do you suggest?
What's that favor? I know, and you and I probably have one thing in common is that we're very honest. We keep it at 100. When you do that, how do you feel? How do you feel at night? And besides, how much fufu and eru do you eat to begin with?
I really swallow. I swallow well.
Jesus. At she prays a lot, so she needs something else.
Up in the morning, how do you feel?
Prayer needs an appetite, food, energy. If you want to pray, you need energy.
I do justice on it. So, like at times, like what you said, it really makes me really heavy, very heavy.
Okay.
Like I know that something had entered my system because the fufu itself is very heavy.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to answer your question now. Added to somebody was talking about belly fat. I know I'm petite, so you guys only see from here up. You don't see me all the way. But everybody's surprised. I do have 2 kids, but I don't have a stomach out here. Not saying that it's a problem. We need to embrace our motherhood, and that comes with motherhood. But so when you do an extended fast, say 12 hours, because 6 hours, it could be 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's fine, because you still have 6 hours. Even if you ate fufu at 12 o'clock, you still have up to 6 p.m. or even 8 or 10 before you go to bed. Your system will have digested most of it. Yeah. But if you eat at 6 and you go to bed at 9 or 10, the body hasn't had enough time to deal with it. And then it has to deal with it when you sleep. Sleep is what sleep and rest, right? That's that sympathetic, is it parasympathetic nervous system? It's sleep and rest. So when you're sleeping during that time, instead of that rest, it's not. The body is in flight mode. Oh, I have to take care of this fufu. I have to take care of this meat. Oh, there is this bitter leaf here. Oh, there is this other one. I need to finish this stuff before this person wakes up. Honestly, guys, our body does that. Our body thinks. It has a mind of its own. And even if you can look up the science if you want. Your gut from here all the way out has more nerves than your brain. Your gut has a mind of its own. You don't want to upset it. So here's what I'm talking about. So when you put anything in your gut that's not supposed to be there, you have a diarrhea. The gut has a mind of its own. It's thinking for itself. If you put too much in there that the body doesn't know what to do with it, you get constipated. It stays in there. I don't know this. What's this thing? What should I be doing with this? It holds on to it, right? You get constipated. The gut has a mind of its own. It thinks for itself because it has to keep working and keeping you healthy. So when you break your extended fast for 12 hours, if you were not, some people fast drinking water. If you're fasting drinking water, that's good. At that 6 o'clock, start with something light, maybe soup. I know we're not too used to soup. Oh, make pepper soup. Mr. Favor, make pepper soup. Make pepper soup, eh? You could cut that carrot. You put that carrot, maybe with something like Irish potato, but more soup. So yeah, it will not fill you up. You can do justice on that and you'll be fine. You will sleep well. But it will not feel, but it will do your body good. So you can start with pepper soup. Drink that pepper soup, give yourself about an hour for your body to say, oh, food is coming now. Let your body get adjusted back to food coming. Give yourself about an hour, 2 hours. Then you can eat fufu, but not a huge plate. But by the way, if I show you guys the size of my plate when I eat food, you'll be shocked because I eat vegetables. So when I go to eat, my plate is huge. Don't eat fufu in this. That is too big. That's not a fufu.
This one.
That's a lot of fufu for bedtime. If you're eating, I mean, we all come from cultures where we used to eat at 2 in the morning. But then guess the key word there is morning. You ate in the morning, you went to school or you went to the farm, you worked it off, right? In the Western world, we don't work like we drive everywhere. You take the bus, you take the train. So your body is not burning the way it used to. So if you're eating fufu in something this big at bedtime, you're punishing your body pretty much. I could put it that way, for lack of a better way of saying it. For the sake of fasting, make yourself pepper soup. And if you're somebody who likes pepper, make it really hot. So by the time that pepper soup, the one go reach, you don't dump it down again with water. And then you can take a small amount of I'll show you. Looks like I have props all over me, but this is my work area. That's why I have all these things coming and going. Reduce it. Portion. Reduce the amount of fufu. At least for the sake of fasting, right? Yes. And if you do it, trust me, if you do it, you will not have to ask about belly fat. It will take care of itself. Wow. If you reduce the amount of fufu, okay, and then if you're going to cook arrow, I don't know what you eat fufu, if you're eating fufu with okra or arrow, but whichever one you're doing, do more of the vegetable side of it and less of the starch. And most of our African foods are loaded with starch. We just need to know how to balance the starches and the vegetables, and we'll still be fine. So now into the question for belly fat. When it comes to losing belly fat, losing weight, looking good, all this other stuff, the principle for me is simple. Start by doing the healthy things. When you start by doing the healthy things, the weight falls off, the fats come off. So for example, one simple, very simple thing that you could do to start off is, if you wake up in the morning and make yourself a big bowl of eggs and pancake or bread or whatever the case may be, don't start your morning instead with a cup of hot water, lemon or apple cider vinegar. Little tweaks like that. And then you could go now to eat your meal later. I'm not saying starve yourself, no. Just make your daily routine different. Start it differently. Start with that, it's like I've done hot so much that in the morning, if I don't get my hot cup, it could be anything. Even if it's just plain hot water, I need it. Not coffee, just plain hot water. I need the hot water. Sometimes I would do, and now to keep your body calm, and keep you in the moment. In the moment. That hot water, you could add turmeric powder if you have it. You could add black pepper. Maybe put it on black pepper is salt. For those of us on Mamenda salt. That the black. Let me show you guys. I don't have the.
Yeah.
I don't have the on-ground one, but I have the ground one.
Black I have pepper. The on-ground one here.
So you know what it is, right? Okay. So if you do a like hot cup of not a big cup. Not a big cup. Your regular tea size cup is okay. Regular tea size. And you add a turmeric, powdered turmeric, like not a tablespoonful, just use a regular spoon, flat amount. And the cup, a little bit of this, maybe a teaspoon of this, of the black pepper. If you have honey, a teaspoon of honey in it, squeeze some lemon. That will take you through your day. You will feel the difference in your mood. You feel the difference in how you respond to things around you once you start your day right. And when you start doing these simple changes, the weight begins to come off, the belly fat goes with it. Now, if you want to be more aggressive, I don't know how much time I still have here. You want to be more aggressive, then all what we have here, you could still use what we have. I'm going to send this slide to everybody. You could still use these, but consistency is the key. Cut down on sugar. So if anybody noticed that the list I sent out, I didn't put something like pineapple. I didn't put red apples. I didn't put, even this pear. This is very, very sweet, like I already mentioned. Because some people have reservations when it comes to juicing because of the sugar from the fruits. Yes, fruits are loaded with sugar. It's just that the saccharides, the fruits have sugar. But how you mix your juice and the fruit is what matters. How you mix it is the way it's going to work for you. If you do juice and you just load a bunch of watermelons, like a lot of watermelon in, and pineapple, you just made yourself a bowl of sugar. It would taste amazing, but it is loaded with sugar. However, I would rather that sugar than the refined one from the store. Because this other one is coming from nature. The other one is made in this, wherever it was made. So if you want to really lose belly fat, lose weight, use the same recipes we have here. Just cut down on the fruits and the sugars. Eat more vegetables. You don't have to juice them. You can always eat salads. You can always steam them. You don't have to juice. If you don't want to juice, it's an option. I juice them because to me, I don't eat vegetables, I drink vegetables. If you gave me, I would snack on celery, but very, very, very rarely. But if I juice the celery, I'll drink it. If I blend any green, give me anything green in the blender, I'll drink it. But if you put it on a plate, there's no chance I'll eat it. Even salad, I don't really like salad like that. But all the components of a salad, I put in my juicer, I drink them. So it's just more easier for me that way. If it's easier for you to chew on them, you go ahead and you chew on your greens. That's good. And one big thing is to add something raw to your meal. At least a glass of something a day will take you a very, very long way. It does not matter what your regular diet is, but if you have a glass of something raw in it, it will do your body a lot of justice. So
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Did I answer that? And then again, you can reach out to me outside of the platform, and I'll walk you through.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, for the apple cider vinegar, does it slim all through or slim just the belly?
But say it again.
The apple cider vinegar with hot water, is it used to slim the whole body, or it works just for the whole body, or it works just for the belly alone?
It works on your entire body. Everything goes all around.
No, entire body, no.
I don't, well, the thing about it is you would, how can I explain this? Some people lose weight in different parts of the body differently. For some people, they can lose everything else but the belly fat. And then you have to start exercising. Because even with all this, you see, you have to put some form of exercise. Either you walk or you bike. I know most people in China bike. Do you guys bike? You guys ride bikes? It's like when you talk about China, we see bicycles in the street, even if you're not physically seeing them.
Yeah.
Which is good. I have a Chinese friend. I used to have a Chinese friend in the service, and when we had to do, because in the service we have to do physical fitness every 3 months. You have to be a certain weight, so you can't go above that weight. And so we have to do a physical fitness test every 3 months. And when we go to running, she will say, "Oh no, we Chinese people, we don't run, we ride bikes." Oh, like too bad you can ride a bike on this one. So you can exercise if you're a bike rider, ride your bike. I mean bicycle, but you can do motorcycle. Hey, you go for a walk, run, or if you have to run. Gym, if you do gym, whatever your form of exercise is, yoga. I don't know, in Christian circles, there's all controversy about yoga, so it's really up to you and what you want to do about that. But exercise on top of it will go a long way. Just know everybody does not lose weight the same way. People lose weight differently.
Okay.
Some people will lose arms, they will not lose legs. Some people will lose legs, they will not lose whatever. So just depends on your body type and how your body reacts to everything else. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah. My question is eczema. What fruits or vegetable that what works good to ease some of the eczema?
For eczema and even acne, wow. I was going to include that. I was going to include that a recipe for that. I don't know why I kind of shied away from it, but do you mind if I send that to you later? Because I don't have it. I don't have it on top of my head. But yes, there is a recipe that you can use for eczema, psoriasis, acne. I think it includes burdock root, wheatgrass. Probably that's why I did not include it here, because the ingredients are not like the everyday ones.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't mind, Lisa, I'll send it to you.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. I don't know who was asking. Okay. I could text it to Macedonia and have her text it to you. But they're one of those things that are not like, am I sure? Yeah, it's one of those ones that you really have to know your health food stores to be able to find them. Okay. And again, for all, this is now the bonus. Everybody's asking about weight loss and weight loss and weight loss. Get wheatgrass. I don't know how easy it is for anybody to find it. The reason why I didn't put it here, because it's not easy to find it. I'm still looking for my own wheatgrass kit to grow it myself. But let me show you guys what I have here.
Wheatgrass.
Yes, wheatgrass, regular grass. This is what I have, which is powder. This is dry, but you want it, if you can find it fresh, good, because it says organic. I don't know if that's really organic. I don't know. But if you can find wheatgrass, juice wheatgrass and carrots, some apples, and stay on it. Just stay on it. I will warn you, wheatgrass from the very beginning, because your gut is not used to it, you're going to throw up. But if you stick with it, the results are magnificent. If you stick with it. Do you really want to lose weight? Again, make some changes. Exercise more, meditate, whatever you have to do. Try to start using portion control, just how much you eat. Consistency is key. Portion size is very important. How you cook the food. And here's a big thing that most people kind of ignore. There is a vibe that you can use coconut oil is healthier than what do they call it again? Olive oil, and olive oil is healthier than grapeseed oil and whatever. Oil is oil. Your body does not digest oil. It stores it as fat. So use that information and make your own conscious decision. I chose to cut out oil. Oil is oil. Oil is oil. It doesn't matter the kind. Coconut oil, oil from heaven, oil. Oil is oil. Your body stores it as fat. So even if you really want to lose weight, you will make the change. If you make the changes, you will see the difference. Oil is oil. So even if you want to cook your broccoli and all whatnot, and you dump that olive oil in there, you still haven't done yourself any good. So if you can cut down on oil, cut down on some of the salt, reduce the carbs. I mean, you cannot just stop eating carbs. You need your carbs, but again, everything in moderation. That will do you a lot of justice. So, Sister Lisa, if you want, I will send you that recipe. But I think it involves some rare ingredients.
Sister Adeline, the wheatgrass, is it used also for acne?
This, if you put yourself on wheatgrass, it is amazing for everything. It's one of the superfoods. It will. So I know someone who has been on wheatgrass for a couple of years. She doesn't age, and she's in her 60s. She's like forever 35. She doesn't age. She's permanently on wheatgrass. Where she gets it, I don't know, but I just know it's not easy to find the good one to use. But it's really good. It's really good. It would. So as far as your skin, keep all. This is like the basic. This what I did here was just the basic. Whatever, just basic. Which if you stick to the basic and your palate gets used to it, then you can advance and start adding herbs. When you start adding herbs, that's when you see things changing very quickly. But even just this is good. Just what we have here is good. So for skin, if you do that, add ginger, add some turmeric. Actually, I think that recipe came to me. I think it's ginger, it's turmeric. Again, like I said, there was some other weird ingredient in it. But do all of this, always use a green vegetable as your base. I would say spinach, because spinach pretty much just pairs with everything else. Carrots, ginger, turmeric, and whatever green you have here. That will take your body to a whole different level. And the celery. A couple people would say juice just celery. It's up to you. I don't like the taste of just celery. I have to mix it in something. You could use just celery. You could add the celery to other things. But I know carrot, ginger, turmeric, and you can use a base of vegetable. That is very good for your skin. And it's a good anti-inflammatory as well. It will just take care of a lot of things. Looks like a couple people went off. Any questions? Any other questions for me?
Yeah, Sister Adeline, I have a question. When you take this back pain, waist pain, all those type of things, waist, back, because lately I was the other day I was not feeling okay till now because of my waist pains, and then it's like affecting my spinal cord, and my spinal cord also pains right to my back right up here.
Wow.
So
that sounds very familiar. And that, so for that, what I would suggest, which is what I do, for every green vegetable that you make, add ginger. Everyone.
Okay.
But specifically for pain, I can send you a recipe. But what we have here, like the spinach, on this little guide that I have, the slide I have up, it has spinach, kale, romaine, and parsley. If you mix spinach, kale, and ginger, you do spinach, kale, and ginger, that too really works for pain. It's anti-inflammatory. But here's what I experienced that really kick-started everything. Is first to clean out your gut. So if you can do a cleanse, when you clean out your system, then whatever else you put in it will work better. But to start there is to start with cleansing. And cleansing is something I would advise anyone, talk to your doctor if you want to do one, have your doctor on board so they know what's happening before you start. You can actually do a juice cleanse. So when I did mine, I didn't have a lot of knowledge about mixing vegetables. I would use whatever, but I didn't have knowledge that I could transmit to another person. I just had my own personal things. So I did a water cleanse, like just water my goal was 7 days, but I only did 5 days. But the results were amazing. So I just gave my gut a break and drank just water all day long. So I had like gallons and gallons of water all day long for 5 days. No food. You just give your gut a break. You will poop. You will have like this runny diarrhea. You would think you took something. It's just the water. Your body is resting. All it has to use is the water. It will use it very well. That's how I actually kickstarted my skin regimen, with the water. I did that for 5 days, and then I gradually transitioned into juice and then smoothies, and then worked my way back to food. So if that's something that you want to do, I advise you to talk to your doctor first. Let your doctor know what you want to do. You know, if you want, you can run tests. It's like I did run some tests, and then did something else, and then went back, and the numbers were amazing. They were different. The difference was amazing. So you could start there. Don't put, you know how even the Bible says you put old wine in new wineskin, or new wine in old wineskin. Yes, don't put new things in dirt. It will not work. You're just wasting all that. So you want to clean it out and then start the new. So you want to start a diet change, you want to start any diet really. You want to clean out first and then you start, because when you do it that way, your body is more ready to accept it. So if your gut, even if it's just a whole day of not eating, or just drinking water, or just eating fresh vegetables, so something, just eating fruits like watermelon, papaya, or whatnot, in a day before you start anything, your body had a break from all the other things. Just that alone it sets the tone, and then you can dive into something more aggressive.
Okay, thank you.
So for back pain, really, you want to start that.
Can it work when someone has high blood pressure?
Oh, that's my niche. It's high blood pressure and diabetes. That's my bread and butter, helping people with high blood pressure and diabetes. It's something that runs in my family, so I take it, I hold it dear at heart. So the answer is yes. One of the first juice that we made, that was actually really good for blood pressure. This one. The celery, green apple, and spinach. That's actually really good. And for anybody who has blood pressure, if you can, and if you find it, moringa leaf powder, not the tea, the powder. If you find it, yeah, it is ugly, yo. If you think this was ugly, it is ugly. But if you can put anyone on that, a glass a day, you might just eventually get them off the blood pressure pill. But consistency, when you're dealing with natural things, you have to be consistent. They're not chemicals. Chemicals go right away. Natural things, they have to go naturally, and you have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it to see the results. You can't just do it one day and stop and then say, oh, it's not working. No, you have to do and do and do. You have to see the results. So this right here, that's actually good for cardiovascular health. And then more, you can either do moringa, either the leaves or the seeds. The seeds are more palatable though, but the leaves are good. It comes in a powder form, like turmeric comes in powder. But you can actually buy the leaves too. In Asia, it's a very common leaf in Asia. It's the drumstick leaf. Ma, do you know it? Have you heard about the drumstick?
No.
You should ask. Somebody who might know it. It's called drumstick, the drumstick leaf. You could buy it, just lay it, air dry it inside, not in the sun, inside. You will see it would dry up really well, and then you can just blend it into powder. Or you could get the powder one from Amazon. And somebody can take that cup, not a huge cup, this size teacup, once a day.
Moringa is available online.
Sorry?
I'm saying that moringa is available online. The fresh one.
All right, there you go.
Taobao. On Taobao, on online shop for those in China.
All right. Here I buy it from an Indian store. There's an Indian store that carries the fresh leaf and the powder.
Yeah, we'll get it here. It is here also.
Oh, okay. And now let me warn you about that. If you take it just the way it is with water, you are going to poop. It will give you the runs. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. It doesn't ache. So it will not give you cramps, but it would wash you out. It will do that. They're not for everybody too. Some people don't have that effect, other people do. But majority of people that I recommended moringa to, they had that experience. But then they felt good after that because it just cleaned them out. Like a good cleanse. Any other questions?
Yeah.
See, Brother Leonard is not here, and he's the one that really triggered all this. Rabbi Sudanese, Brother Leonard brought about all this, and he's not here.
Yeah, he's not here. Maybe you'll watch on Facebook later.
But he can reach out to if he
But
wants
most
to
of you
talk to
follow
him.
them from Facebook.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why today is not.
All right. I mean, on my end, I'm finished unless anybody has any other questions.
I have.
Yes, ma'am.
What can I take to put on weight?
Huh?
Oh.
I just want to keep on.
Oh, you want to build muscle?
How did you fufu?
Eat rice like you mean business.
Put on weight or build muscle?
On weight and the muscle. I don't know, but I want to put on weight. I want to be fat. I'm too thin.
Wow.
Come, let's exchange. Oh.
Like, I just be eating a fufu now.
I wish I could exchange.
Fufu, you get her in the morning, drink very big cup of tea and fry like 3 eggs. And bread, you eat.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Actually, I do know there's something for that. You want, I'll send it to you later. I don't have it on my head now because I wasn't expecting that question. Initially, we were talking about it was all about losing weight and you losing belly fat and being healthy. Nobody came up as already healthy and wanting to get a little bit unhealthy. If you want, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
But like Sister Favor
I
said,
put
you
there,
can
go and
eat.
memorize.
My question.
Memorize Psalm 32. He said, the righteous shall be fat and
Scripture those.
shall be fat and sorry. So just go and begin to read that scripture every morning. Daddy, you said we shall be fat. Where is my own fat?
Okay, Sterling, my own is I've heard about dandelion leaves. What is dandelion? Dandelion.
That is actually good if you're trying to detox. Dandelion leaves are so good. Now, when Steffi was asking about pain, that's also something you want to add to, like I said, again, this was just like I didn't know if I should go into details or not, so I stayed with the basic. But dandelion leaves are so good for you. They are amazing. If you can eat them in salad, you do that. If you can juice them, blend them, whatever the case may be, do. They are bitter, but guess what? Any leaf that's bitter is actually good for your body. That's why it's bitter. Anything that's bitter, including bitter leaf. Anything that's bitter is really good for your body. And for most of those people complaining of pain, aches, and all whatnot, add dandelion leaves to any of these other greens and some ginger, you will do yourself a lot of good with that. So yes, dandelion leaves are very, very good for you. And even yarrow, if anybody knows yarrow. Master, you're asking about blood pressure. Yarrow is another good way to go with that, if you can find it. And back home, yarrow is pretty much everywhere. Even dandelion is pretty much everywhere back home. But out here, we buy everything. And sometimes you can't even find it.
We have a lot of bitter leaf.
Okay, I'm adding to what Sister Adeline said. I've actually used dandelion to treat diabetes patients for 5 years at the lab. So we were testing the patient. So consistently, the patient would chew and we would test the blood sugar. And I would do the test at the lab. So I've worked there in the lab for medical diagnosis. So it's truly, my mother used to chew, and we most time when the sugar is high, we will do the test. When you take dandelion, it will drop drastically. So dandelion, what she's saying, is very good, and it's very good. It's very good for the body. Yeah, so it's very, very, very good. Very, very good.
All right, thank you, Brother Samuel. See, I already knew I had to add some citations because there are a lot of doctors here.
That's why is the dandelion oil?
Mommy, when I found one, I will snap the picture to you. Okay, maybe she can help us. It's all around, but I've not. Yeah, it creeps. Is a leaf that creeps. The creeping leaves.
Dandelion leaf.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's why I do computer doing. Dr. Grandma said, is that what that's what is doing?
Mommy, initially I wanted to do medicine. I was so interested in medicine initially, then I diverted to computer.
Wow.
Okay.
What about Takey berries?
Yeah, I mean, our regular jama.
I go, yeah, all kind of food. Takey berry.
Hey, that's a regular jama now.
Takey berry. Country jama.
Yeah. Yeah.
I country jama, they call us Takey berry.
Because when I was pregnant, my mom was Takey berries, but I never got some here.
Huckleberry.
Turkey.
Oh, turkey berry.
Berry.
Turkey, not hoku.
Turkey berry.
I know that in Cameroon they call it huckleberry.
Huckleberry is different from turkey berry.
Okay.
But continue.
Only Jamaica is huckleberry.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but she's saying something else. She's saying something else.
Yeah, she said turkey. Turkey, like turkey, a bird. Turkey.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I never used it, but I've seen some recipes with that in it. So I'm not too versed with it. I've only heard of it. I'm not too sure. What did your mom say? Oh, what is mom saying?
My mother said, Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben. I said, oh, I think the guy is saying Tekwana is turkey berry. My mother said, which one is turkey berry or Uncle Berry? It's not the same thing. I said, Uncle Berry is wrong. Hey, I beg you.
Let me give you something that you could do for her. I don't know how easy you can find it. Hold on.
Yeah, she's asking because she wants to know what can really go for her. What is good for her.
Yes,
This
I was
one
about
may
to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good, but you have to reduce the ginger. But you could do this thing: beetroot, carrot, and apple. And every time you do, add some ginger to it. Not much, just a little bit of ginger, about that much. About that much ginger.
All right, beetroot.
So beetroot, carrot, if you blend it, it will come up like water gari. But you can strain it if you want, or you could just, or you use more water.
Okay,
That
beetroot, carrot, and apple, right?
And from the beginning, it will not taste very nice, but eventually it will. Because carrots and beets are very earthy. They don't have any particular taste to them. So it's just bland.
Is it green apple or red? Or any of them?
You could use, for that one, use red. Or pretty much you can use any.
Okay.
You could use any, but red if that's what you find.
Thank you.
Yes, Mama.
Ask from dandelion leaf. That's what that's for.
No, don't add dandelion leaves, please. Instead, if you can, just get the moringa powder and let her start her day with moringa powder. It doesn't taste good. It's ugly. I'm just gonna say that. But if she can do it, it'll be very good for her.
Moringa powder. It will make her to be very young.
Yeah, moringa will make you young.
Moringa will make young.
Yeah.
Moringa makes
Moringa is very powerful.
Make somebody to be young, eh?
Yeah, it's very powerful.
Organic moringa powder. Oh.
If you take moringa and you don't eat more, so you slim, it will affect you.
If you don't sleep.
Okay, you make your body sleep. You're not already slim.
You don't sleep, you don't eat well. Moringa is powerful.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'll buy mine also. I want to look young.
And Sister Favor, you can use that too for the pain. If you do the cleanse like we just talked about, you can put yourself on that. It does not taste good at all, but it's the deal. It's the deal. That's a real deal.
You can add to her soup. She can add the grounded powder to her soup. Then
if I put this in my soup, I will not eat that soup. Don't do it. Don't do it. This thing does not taste nice at all. It does not. So So there's that one, and then there's the other parts to this. Maybe Brother Samuel can research this for us. The seeds, the moringa seeds.
The moringa seed, yeah. The moringa, there's moringa from the leaves to the seed to the stem. Everything is a medicine. It's like dandelion.
Okay.
But if you use dandelion, you don't use moringa. The two don't go together. Yeah. So if you adapt to one, yeah, it's very powerful.
Moringa.
So you might have seen this in the store.
Dandelion, the leaves, the seed, and the root tuber. Each of them has its own. So it's both from head to toe. They are all medicinal.
All right. So that's what the seed looks like.
So some people are blended. They grounded the seed and they are selling. Some of them have also grounded the leaves. They are selling. Some also, so you can even chew the stem. People chew as chewing stick.
In Cameroon,
yeah, in Ghana, yeah, they chew it as chewing stick. Like, yeah.
This one, it's a little bit bitter. It's not really bitter, but then it has an after sweet taste. So if you're someone who just wants to always drink something sweet, if you do carbonated water, chew this first, drink that water, you just have yourself a soda without the soda. You just made yourself a soda without the soda.
Sister Adeline, what about gastric?
That's the reason why I brought the cabbage. So there's that write-up that we sent earlier. If you look on it, the very first line says the 3 C's: carrot, cabbage, and what was the third one? Celery, I believe it is.
Carrot, cabbage, and
celery. Yes, it doesn't taste too good. You can enhance the taste with apple. But if you take that for 3 weeks, if you have gastritis, that really should be the way to go. So that was the very first thing. That was the one thing I was going to bring in here. But since I didn't have any specific direction except for weight loss, I just did that. I just typed it up.
Yeah, because.
But if you do that, when you do it, caution. Do not start like this. Do not start here. That 8-ounce cup I talked about earlier, don't start there. Start with half of it. See how your body reacts to it before you make it a full 8 ounce. And then still do 4 of this a day for 3 weeks. Okay. But start by trying it small and then work your way up.
Yeah, because that gastric, it pains my navel, and in fact, pains my rib everywhere. My back. It really pains.
And Sister Febo, I really need to work with you because you need to start from somewhere. Not just random things.
Yeah, I really need to, because
all this one that we have done here, this Sister Adeline, all this one that I got, this pepper that I made here, and then this other green one, what's the function?
That first one you made is right here, this very first slide. So that first one you made, right there. It has yes, it has electrolytes in it, sodium potassium balance. So if anybody is taking blood pressure pills that already have potassium, they want to watch out with that. You want to be careful. You can still take it, but just watch yourself as you take, how you feel, and stop it because you don't want to do too much potassium. And then it's good for headaches.
Wait.
That ginger one in particular.
You said this one is not too good.
Yours,
this one.
No, it is good.
It's not too good.
No, it's good. It's good. You didn't have the spinach, so you're fine. Spinach is the leaf that has that contains the most potassium, and you don't have spinach in there. You only had the parsley, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's good. Your other one, I will make it lighter. That one that is so thick, I'll add more water to it. So that way you can drink it easily. Okay. And then if you add more water, add more apple, it would reduce it would overpower the ginger. So you can actually just enjoy it. That one is good for migraines. Okay. Anything you do parsley, that is good for headaches.
So which one is the detox now? All these, no one is detox. Which one is the detox?
All those 2 things you just made. If you drink all of what you have right there, if you drink all of it, the key word there is drinking it. So it's not just by making, but drink. Let it go into your body. It will take care of you. Because it has the apple. It has the apple. The apple in it has apple contains fiber that the body needs. Apple is the one fruit that even if you juice it, you don't lose the fiber. So even when you blend it, you still don't lose the fiber. The fiber stays in it. Other fruits, when you juice them, as they go through the juicer, they lose part of that fiber because the pulp goes away and then the juice comes the other way. But with apple, the fiber still, apple is that potent that the fiber in it stays in the liquid itself. So that will still cleanse you out very well. Just drink it all if you do.
I'll drink it. Now I was thinking that this one is too thick and it's too spicy. Well, I'll just prepare my stew and just eat it. That was my conclusion.
So that's what I'm saying.
Prepare my rice.
So that one is so thick. You can somebody is saying something. You can add water to put it back in the blender and add water and just lighten it up so you can easily drink it.
Yes, I think that's what I'll do. That is better now. So I have a solution.
Yeah, that one now is like a smoothie.
Grandma is asking now, what about the person that is getting old and then her eyes cannot see well?
That juice I just recommended for her, that's what my mom is on. That the beet, carrot, and what was the other one? Apple?
No.
Beetroot, carrot, and apple.
Beetroot, carrot, red apples.
Yes.
Beetroot, carrot, red apples. And ginger.
That's that for her.
Yes. Add ginger.
I should add ginger, right?
Add ginger because most of us, as we're getting up in age, but the body aches for whatever reason. Body just aches, and ginger takes care of that inflammatory response.
Ginger is powerful.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah.
So this one can also help for eyes.
Yes, if she stays constant on that. And here, no, not vision per se, but the carrots in that are good for the eyes. If she can stay constant, if she can be feminine on it, that would be good. She can stay constantly on it. Even if it's just a cup a day, that's fine. She can get 1 cup a day, just so long as you're constantly doing it. The key is consistency.
Every day, take 1 cup of this. Ginger, red apple.
Where's Brother Felix? He went off?
Yeah. So in the morning, what do you take in the morning? The person that wants to detox, what do you take in the morning? First thing in the morning.
Start the morning. Start with a cup of hot lemon water in which you can mix lemon and apple cider, or you could do just the lemon or just the apple cider, whichever one you have. Start your morning with that. Follow it with a glass of any of the greens that we just made. Give yourself maybe 30 minutes or an hour before you eat. You can still eat your food, but like we were talking earlier, portion size, the amount of food you're eating and what you eat. So I'm not trying to go too much on what you eat because that's a whole lesson on its own. And again, people have different things going on in their lives. There are kids, there are health problems. It's so many different things going on. The reason why I'm not trying to go too deep into it, because somebody might just like say, oh, what does she think she is? No, I understand that life is different for all of us and different things are happening. So if anybody has any specific thing that you want to work on, that you really know what it is and you're ready, you're committed to show up for yourself, let me know. I'll work with you.
Okay.
Because the big thing really is showing up for yourself. Like if I say, okay, this is day 1, I need you to do XYZ for breakfast. You do it, we see that you're doing something. Because if you're not doing it, you'll not get the results. You have to be in it to win it. If you're not doing it, you will not get any results.
Yeah.
And people get very complacent when it comes to some things. People want to see the weight come off, but they don't want to do the work. The same as people want to prophesy and say all these supernatural things happening, but they don't want to pray.
Yeah.
We just want to see it happening. We don't want to put in the time and be in the process. But if that's something, here's another thing I could do for everyone is, I will send it to you. Definitely send it to you. I would send a recipe for the week, every week. So maybe like on Sunday, I will send one. Everybody should across the board would try that the entire week. When the following Sunday comes, we'll send another one. Everybody tries it. So we'll give ourselves, let's say give ourselves to the end of this fast. By the end of that fast, anybody now should be able to mix different things from what we're already doing to now keep a healthy life going, to maintain a healthy habit. I can do that.
That's good. Praise the Lord. Powerful.
So for today, we already have 3. We have 3. Are they 3? Yeah, we have 3 recipes today, plus the one for kids, because even adults can drink that. So actually, I was reading some guy's story when he started juicing. His doctor, a German doctor, put him on carrot and apple juice for 3 weeks, really. So really he had to take it for 3 weeks, but he just kept taking just carrot and apple, nothing else, just carrot and apple. This man went to the doctor because he had bladder cancer. He was already seeing blood in his pants, so he was peeing blood already. So not only was it a tumor, it was already manifesting as cancer. And the doctor put him on this carrot and apple juice. He drank carrot and apple throughout the day, all day long. And this is somebody who was used to eating burgers and fries and pizza, name it. He had to cut all that, stay on carrot and apple. And by the 3rd week, the blood stopped. He just stayed on it. He got cured from that bladder cancer. And he lived again so many years. He died 2017, I believe, at age 93. But when he had his bladder cancer, he was 26. So he pretty much put himself on, he followed what the doctor said, the carrot and the apple. But you have to make sure it's organic. He stayed on that all day. So if he felt like eating, he got carrot and apple. Carrot and apple all day for 3 weeks. That was all he did, carrot and apple. The juice, carrot and apple juice for 3 weeks. He got treated from that, and then he decided to now show the people what to do when it comes to juicing. So it became his lifelong job to teach people about this. And he did that. He was successful in doing it. He lived to be 93. And even up until 93, this man wasn't wearing glasses.
Wow.
So yes, if you're having a hard time with the vegetables are really hard, really. It takes some time to get to it. You could just stick to the carrot and the apple. Yes, you can add some lemon just to enhance the taste and have extra vitamin C in it, but just carrot and apple. So if anybody doesn't do anything else, but do the carrot and the apple. Today's Friday, do just that, and we'll check in next Friday.
Children can take the carrot and the apple?
But you have to dilute it, yes.
Water.
Yep. So we'll do that for anybody who wants to, yes.
Please, with the apple, is it still the green apple or?
You can use green, you can use red, but I'll prefer the green because the red apples are just too sweet. Because if you use any fruit that is too sweet, then that's when the critics come in to say, oh, you're doing fruit juices. Fruits have a lot of sugar. But then if you know how to mix the right fruits, then you don't have the issue of sugar. And then plus, because we're fasting, this is something I missed when I was talking about breaking the fast. When you go to break your fast, you don't want to put in a high glycemic food in your body first. because what that would do, it would trigger the secretion of insulin. And that insulin at that point, if it's too much and you don't have enough food for it to work on, give yourself a couple more minutes, you feel like you're shaking and you want to eat more. And that's how insulin stores fat, right, Brother Samuel? Insulin will help your body store that fat. And that's why most of us women keep it around the waistline. So when I talk about high glycemic foods, the foods that are extra sweet, pineapple is one of them. Pineapple it's a very high glycemic, is on that high glycemic list. So if you're breaking a fast, don't break a fast with pineapple. Do something like watermelon. You could use watermelon, you could use cantaloupe, honeydew, the melons, pretty much. Some people say banana. That would depend on how your body feels or how you even like the taste of banana. Not everybody likes bananas. And bananas are very high in carbs, though is the better carb compared to bread. The carbohydrates in bananas are better than in bread. So
bananas were carbs.
The carbohydrate.
That's
a good one. Oh God. That is so good. No, the carbohydrates in the banana. So yeah, you can actually break your fast with one banana, maybe a watermelon, instead of something that is super high on the glycemic index, because it will trigger. You want your insulin to be secreted bit by bit, not boom immediately in a big quantity. All right, I'm gonna make my own juice now and show you guys what my own juice will look like.
All this thing that you are saying, Sister Adeline, this is sound good.
I'm going to make my own juice and show you what it looks like.
Okay, Sister Linda. Hey, that's Sister Linda. Sister Linda is sleeping.
Mommy.
I hope you are learning. When they break fast, we just go like that straight. Don't put your big bowl rice, put your soup, put your chicken. You didn't even find banana on the way to straight to the tip.
That's what I do.
So here, if you use a juicer, that's the pulp that you will have. Now here's another thing too. If you're making the carrot and apple for kids, make sure to strain it. Strain it. Get the especially like so, Master, you have to put it in a bottle for the baby. You want to strain it so he can be able to pull it out the nipple on the bottle.
Yes,
because if you don't strain it, the pulp stays in it and then he has a hard time pulling out the juice. So you strain it so it can easily go through the bottle.
Not so much. Then what about the broccoli?
This is the same thing you made.
Yes.
Your first juice, you had this.
Yes.
You had apple and ginger, right? This is the same thing you made.
Yeah.
This is so good I could finish it. It's so
and then
good.
what about broccoli? Also, you blend broccoli and drink like that.
Broccoli, don't do too much. You will not like it. So when you go to do broccoli, so here's that. That here.
Oh, okay.
Do just that. But add your spinach, the full apple, the whole thing. Use the whole thing, and then add some lemon, so that it will sweeten it for you. You can actually use red apples if you want. So when you're going to make anything, don't make too much. Make just an amount that will give you maybe 1 cup or 2 cups until your palate gets used to it. Before you start making more, don't make too much. So use just that much.
How long can this thing stay? This thing is like, okay, it can be tomorrow, it will not get bad, right?
Oh, really? Do you have a balcony that you can put it outside? I know it's cold for you guys too, right?
Yeah.
If you have a balcony, you can leave it in. Actually, I have mine in the box. I have mine like that little box that I sent you, and I just sit them in a cold place, and they stay. But then again, I go through them by the end of the week. So here's the deal: you can actually cook it. You can actually cook the broccoli. The vegetables, you can actually cook them. So this one, you steam it. A little bit of salt and black pepper. You can add Maggi if you want. And let the kids try it. They just might like it. You don't know. Or if you know how to do that, the saute, like the way the Chinese people do it with their recipe, do that with this. The kids will like it. You can actually cook the broccoli. And what else did you have? And then the parsley, you can use that to make green spices when you cook regular food at home, just so everything doesn't go bad. Or put in the freezer.
Okay, freeze it.
That's the easy one. Yes, just freeze it. Since you're blending, it's easy to freeze anyhow.
Wow. And the cucumbers. Right. The cucumbers, what do? You see,
in the fridge.
You just blend and begin to drink. Why you just eating like a goat? You just blend all and just be eating something, drinking.
You can either snack on them. I think Sister Lisa left. She might be able to relate to this. You can snack on them, cut them up, and snack on them, chew them the way they are. I actually just chew them the way they are. I think my battery is going off. I snack on them, I chew them the way they are. Or you add it when you do your juice. Every juice you do, add the cucumbers in it. They're very good in hydrating the body.
What about raw potato? It's not vegetable, so we should buy vegetable. Potato, what do you do? I eat potato, but also eating raw.
What was that about potatoes?
Fried Irish potato, you also eat it raw. This have now become, we are not eating everything raw.
No, don't eat your Irish potato raw. Bake it, steam it, cook it, whatever, and then add your vegetables to it. And for those who are trying to lose weight, if you can, put yourself on potatoes and vegetables. Just saying. If you're really serious about it, put yourself on potatoes, Irish potatoes, sweet potatoes, 50% potatoes, 50% vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Sister Favor, so you just get up in the morning, Sister Favor, you blend this thing like this vegetable, then you take potato, boil it, you chew potato, drink soup. Potato, drink soup.
That you take
no, you should actually cook it.
You need grace.
Your stuff. Now remember, I was saying the moment you do it, it starts to oxidize.
Yes.
Did you see?
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
Reason why, if you keep it for too long, by the time you go to number 3 day, it's already just it's not good anymore. Yes. But you could save it in the fridge for at least 2 days. You could save it for at least 2 days in the fridge. But that the beets and the carrots, you can save it. That one is good. You don't have any issues with that.
So can you, after blending those like carrot and the rest, can you put it in the fridge? Mm-hmm. Can you drink it cold, like from the fridge? Is it okay?
Cool.
If you want to drink it cold, good for you, yes.
Okay.
But here's another thing. You can drink your juice cold, that's fine. But if you're trying to lose weight, you want to stay away from cold water.
Yeah, I don't drink cold water.
Yeah, but you could keep your juice fresh in the fridge and drink. That's fine. We can add ice to it.
Okay.
Whatever makes it fun, whatever make you want to go back for more, do that. Let me put it that way. If it's having it cold or adding some ice to it, do that. And so like that last slide that I had, I did put some tips on tips for success. So if you really want to do this, have your ingredients out at night. So by the time you wake up in the morning, they're right there. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be looking and thinking, where do I find this stuff? Have an accountability partner. So we're all here. If something that anybody really wants to do, or like, so after we're done praying, has anyone made their juice yet? You know, accountability. You can have an accountability partner just so you stay on track. When you're doing it, have your favorite music in the background, something you really like, just something to keep you liking what you're doing. It keeps it interesting. And then involve everybody. Make it a family affair. Get everybody in it. When everybody's in the same thing doing it, it's a lot easier than when it's just you. It doesn't look like a chore. It doesn't look like punishment. And then consistency. If we're consistent in doing it, you will get into it and you will reap the benefits.
You can be changing the style, not the same thing. Today, if you blend this one,
you can change. Yes, you can change everything. It doesn't have to be just this. Change. You don't have to use lemon. Try lime. Try grapefruit. Try oranges. I didn't talk about oranges, but oranges are part of this. Change as much as possible. Use lettuce. I mean, if you don't want to use carrots, that's fine. Use something else. Beetroot. Change it. Watercress. Use different. Mix and match different things until you find one that really works. One that really you really like. You stick with it. You could pretty much blend and juice any vegetable, so long as it's organic and it's not poisonous. That's another thing. So I just try to buy from the store because some people harvest theirs in their backyard. People go into the bush, but I don't know too well what people are doing in the bush. So I would say get it from the store. Mix different things. Try different things. I did not talk of the one thing I didn't mention here are berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, all those berries. Those berries are very good for you. They're high in antioxidants and all whatnot. You can always add berries in these same leaves that we have here. This is just a base, like I said. This is the base. So build from here. You could decide to take spinach and then add blueberries or strawberries and make a smoothie for the entire house. You could choose to use kale or just cucumbers and lemon and make some kind of lemonade. Mix and match different things and find a flavor that really works for you. It doesn't always have to be the exact same thing.
So if you want to make it easy, you can blend anything. Don't cocoa will scratch your mouth. Make your mouth will be itchy. You can blend anything, even your bread, buy bread, put and blend it. Don't be blending.
And then here's another thing. Even though I said pineapple is very sweet, it's high on the glycemic index. Still, if you make like how you have that juice right there, Master, as you have that the ginger one that you made with too much ginger.
Yeah.
You want it to be more palatable. Put it in the bigger blender. Do a quarter pineapple in it. It's gonna fix it. Like just make it a whole different thing. So you can really mix anything, mango, guava, whatever the case may be. You can mix anything, kiwi, squash, zucchini, name it, green peppers, red peppers, even pepper itself. And like I did mention wheatgrass, but don't do too much pepper to drink it.
Wow.
If you do too much of anything, you won't like the taste. So there's no point in mixing something that you will not drink. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Okay.
Wow.
Do you have any more?
2021 power and glory. There is also a glory for the celestial. It's another glory for the terrestrial body. So by the end of 31st December, we should be glowing. Which one makes your body to be glowing? Is a carrot that makes your body to glow? Got one glory.
Yeah, you can do. If you want to put yourself permanently on carrot, ginger, and turmeric, go for it. That one, you sweeten it with some pineapple. Go for it. It's good for the skin. It's good for cold, cough, catarrh.
Okay, turmeric. You said turmeric and what?
Ginger, carrot. And that one is very, very strong. So you don't want to take more than this at a time.
Just a little.
Should be more than this much. And you can add, you can either sweeten it with apple or pineapple.
What about honey? Can you put honey?
If you want, that would be super sweet. Or just the pineapple alone is like, well, off the chain sweet. But if you want to
maybe
add
I don't
honey,
have
that's fine.
pineapple. I don't have pineapple. I decide to just put honey.
Okay, then you can add honey.
Children can take this one.
But very small, not much. You should actually, for that, you should give them maybe about this much. Tablespoon.
Just little.
If they can drink ginger, if they can support ginger, then you can do maybe half a cup and then add water to it. If they can support the ginger. But I wouldn't, I'll start small. So I know I did say to some people I'll get back to them offline. If they can send you their information, just so I know who they were. I remember Sister Lisa was asking about a specific thing. Sister Ebude, were you the one asking too?
Yes.
Somebody, wait, was it you?
Yes, concerning putting on weight.
Okay.
A muzzle.
All right, so if they can reach out to you and just give you the list of the people that had extra things that they wanted to know about, and I will send information to you, you can forward it to them.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Any more questions? Anybody wants to see anything else?
Wow, this is powerful.
Anything specific anybody wants to see? Okay. And I was talking about hot water in the morning. When you go to drink that morning, first one, it shouldn't just be a sip. Make it reasonable, a reasonable amount. When you go to start your day. Because I know somebody was making Ovaltine and milk. I don't think it'll be smaller than this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm open for questions. Otherwise, I think, Ma, we can go ahead and close. If nobody has anything else.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think we have learned quite a lot. Can we give a hand of applause? Praise the Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm going to stop
Hallelujah.
sharing now.
God bless you, Sister Adeline.
Thank you. You're all welcome.
God bless you, Sister Adeline. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you and give you more wisdom. Hallelujah. So let's go. Okay, she said she's going to send us our recipe for week 1 from Sunday, right? So please, we should try it.
So for this week, we're all doing that carrot and apple. We're going to keep it at something simple. Don't worry about the vegetables just because it's going to bother some people all kinds of ways. So let's keep it simple. Do the carrot and the apple. You can add spinach to it. Let's start from something very, very simple that everybody can enjoy. And then by Friday or Sunday or whenever, we'll all come back and say how we're feeling. Bring back honest reviews. Honest reviews. If it doesn't do anything to you, that's fine. If you don't feel any different in your body, that's okay too. Just bring honest reviews.
So carrot or just maybe one twice a day.
The slides I just had, I'm going to send them to you so you can send it to everybody. Everybody will have the same slides.
Hallelujah. This one that I've drank is already working. It's making the walls of my tummy.
Stomach is making.
Because of my job, I'm very hungry. My tummy is as if, Doctor, I don't know how I can explain. It's the way you have pepper. I understand
what you're saying.
So I think it's working quick, it's working fast.
Especially if you haven't eaten yet today.
So imagine if
especially if you haven't had anything.
Imagine if I take all of this tomorrow. I do it for 1 week. Hey.
We'll do total cleansing. Total cleansing, Mom.
Total, seriously. I'm telling you. Wow, thank you so much. So today, this week, try carrot and apples. At least that 1 week, I easily get those ones. It's easy to get them.
Yes. Start there. Try that.
There's nothing about tomatoes. It didn't mention tomatoes for anyone. Tomatoes is useless, right?
No, it's not. It is not. It's useful. This was just the base. Let's start here. And we'll walk our way.
Okay.
Everything that comes from the ground is useful.
So this week, carrots and apples. For me, I already have my one for tomorrow. I have the shop for 3 days. I have this one. I have to fix it on the other one.
You already have enough. You don't need to make anything else. You just need to add some pineapple to it or what, and just make it sweet, make it more liquidy. Because it's like you have a bowl of pudding right now. It's like you have pap.
Yeah.
Just add some.
So thick.
If you can lay hands on
all right, thank you so much
to that other one, even though that's fine. Yep. All right, yes, we're done, right?
Yeah, we are done. So we are meeting tomorrow at 3 o'clock, please, for our prayers. Thank you so much. Try what we've said and give us your feedback. So start with carrots and apples. Amen. Let's see the body glowing. And God bless you as we do that in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.